Millions of cicadas are swarming the eastern half of the U.S. The brood 10 cicadas have so far been spotted in several states and Washington, D.C. They only appear every 17 years, and this year's emergence is expected to be massive. While some people may be dreading their arrival, there are actually some food enthusiasts that are thrilled to finally be able to eat one of the elusive insects. For more on this, let's bring in Jessica Fanzo. She is a professor of food policy and ethics at Johns Hopkins University. Jessica, first of all, let's start off by having you explain what's so special about the brood 10 cicadas.
Yeah, thanks so much. It's great to be here. They're really important. It's an incredible moment. These insects they're one of the longest living insects. They're emerging after 17 years of living underground patiently. And it's a true testimonial to nature's resilience. With all the major challenges we face, climate change, urbanization, loss of the plentiful biodiversity, it's incredible that they've survived. So it's a great story to witness in real time. The last time we saw these little critters was 17 years ago, and they have just a couple of weeks to come above ground, mature, woo their mates, breed, and then die.
Well, I happen to be one of the people that actually really likes the cicadas because I have fond childhood memories of them, but I got to be honest with you, Jessica, the idea of eating them doesn't sound particularly appealing to me. So try and convince me and any other viewers out there who feel the same way I do. Tell us how cicadas actually became a delicacy.
Yeah, your reaction is totally understandable. Most people in the United States and in Europe don't really consume insects. There's the ick factor. But when we think about the 2 billion other people that consume different types of insects around the world. In Mexico, they consume grasshoppers known as chapulines. Sub-Saharan Africa, termites, ants, locusts, Southeast Asia, they consume water bugs. Really common around the world to consume insects seasonally for their taste, for their nutritional importance. And even here in the United States, historically, some Native American populations consumed cicadas in times of hardship when their land was taken from them and they faced starvation. So for some Native American populations, these foods have a historical importance for their survival. But it's all about what you're used to, what's acceptable, what's the stigma. And so it's your reaction is a natural one.
Without judgment, I'll come to it with an open mind. Also because eating cicadas, I understand, is not only good for you, but it's also good for the environment. Why don't you go ahead and explain that to us?
Yeah, so cicadas obviously have important nutritional relevance. They're high in protein, and of course, these cicadas, these brood 10s, these 3 different species, we don't really know the nutritional content of those. As far as I can tell, they've not been studied. So there's a call out there for researchers. But when we look across all insects, many of them range from 20 to 70% of protein, very similar pound for pound to red meat, high in iron and zinc. So they're really important nutritionally. But as you said, as the planet warms due to climate change, we need to think about our diets, food systems, the way we produce food, the way we move food around the world is contributing to 30% of total greenhouse gas emissions. That is significant, like transportation, like our energy use. So what can we do? Well, we can change the way we produce food. Livestock particularly contributes a lot of greenhouse gas emissions, but they also are a major cause of deforestation and biodiversity loss. So what can we replace beef with, or at least decrease our consumption of some of these intensive environmental footprint type foods? Insects, along with smaller animals like chicken and seafood, plant-based proteins, all play a role not only for our nutritional needs, but for treading more lightly on the planet. And so insects are a great alternative source. And if for those that are more adventurous, they can try out some of these cicadas and get a taste for them. And they are truly, as my sister has said, this is definitely an alternative source of protein.
Well, we do know, Jessica,
as far as alternative.
they are plentiful. All right, Jessica Fanzo, thank you.
Thank you.